go to. Hey, everybody, welcome back. It's episode 2 of The Hard Way with Camarelli and Slambro Alex, of course. Little goofiness there, the host with the most. Hey. So, hello, ma'am. How are you? Don't give up. How are you?
I'm I'm hurting, but I'm here.
All right. So, all right. 1 month completely,
I know.
officially complete.
1 month. That was the goal too. Remember, like the first goal was
Yes.
to do that 1 month. I did
Right.
it. I did it.
You definitely did do it. You succeeded. You made that mark. And other than that, one of the other things we talked about in the last show, you got narked out to your parents by somebody, which we'll go into that old thing.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a little
Yeah,
bit.
we'll go in
We'll
chronological
definitely
order.
get.
But so okay. When we left off, we ended episode number 1 with us saying bye and you going to class. Day 1. All right, go over day 1 for us. Just bam, roll it through.
I was scared. I remember going into the school. I was super scared. I was super nervous. And like right away, it was like learning rolls and learning back rolls and learning quarter rolls and all this conditioning drills, to get the stamina. And I remember like there was like 10 or 11 of us, and like during the conditioning class, like four of them were like puking. There was people puking. I didn't. Yay for now, because I know I'm really good with conditioning,
Right? Yeah.
but it's extremely hard. Like my respect for wrestling is a total different level of respect now. Now that I'm in it, and I'm learning. Like, yeah, wrestling is a beast. It's a beast.
Right.
Uh, we went into quarter rolls, and Lord and behold, the first freaking day, I pulled my groin on a quarter roll.
Yes, you did.
Yep,
Yes, you
and
did.
I remember doing it the first time, and I felt like I landed wrong, obviously, and there was like a little, oh, what is that feeling? Oh, okay, I'll just try it again. And I went to try it again, and my leg, it wasn't a snap and it wasn't a pop, but I knew immediately it was the groin, because the groin all the way to my knee froze up. I couldn't walk for like 10 seconds. Like they had to literally pick me up from the floor. And after those 10 seconds, I started kind of like walking and trying to get that. And like the coaches were trying to warn, like, hey, stretch this out, stretch it out, stretch it out. But I couldn't do anything after that. So I had to sit out for the class. And I was so frustrated because I remember calling you after class crying. I was like, oh, you can't fucking believe this. The first night I'm injured.
Right. No, yeah, uh more context to that night. Yeah, I'm sitting there and the phone rings and it's late, everybody. It's like 11:30 at night cuz wrestling class is long and it starts in the deep evening. Was it 7 o'clock you guys start
We
training?
start at 7, and we're done by like 10:30. Sometimes it can go a little bit later. But that night it was 10:30, and then like I got in the car, and around 11 I had called you.
All right, cool. So I'm horrible with time, but it's
You are,
okay.
but it's
So
okay.
10:30 at night. Well, it was a bit later because I think you got in the car and you're starting to go home. So
Yeah.
I'll settle with 10:45. 10:45. 10:45. Yeah, you call it. And so I'm expecting to hear you just being like, "This was so awesome! I had so much fun." I expected to hear like from the one of the kids coming back from like an awesome field trip, and all I hear is, "I'm hurt," and just I don't know if I can do it, and my leg is, and I just was stunned. I didn't even know what to say, what to do, and
Yeah.
yeah, that was a very emotional night and an emotional conversation. But you didn't stop.
No, the next day, I tell you, I remember telling you this on the phone. The next day I woke up, because when I got home that night, I was like, I don't know what to do. I've never been hurt in my life. Like, this is new to me. My body's not used to anything like this. And like, what do you do with the pain? So I remember grabbing like vegetable bags from the fridge and just put it in there,
Yes.
and talking to you. And I just took a cloth and like wet it and put it in the microwave. And I was like, oh my God, I got to heat this up because I had nothing else. And so I wake up the next day. It didn't hurt as much. So I was like, oh, okay, this is not bad. But then at the same time, my brain started doing why are you doing this? Like, why are we doing this? Like,
Yeah.
myself. And then like I saw that, I don't know, I'm kind of doubting me being here. Like, should I be doing this? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe this is not for me. I thought it was. Maybe it's not. And you were like, no, no. You know damn well you are meant to be there. Go. And so I go to second night of class. I still try to participate as much as I can. I couldn't do the quarter rolls, but that's how I gained the hang of it, you know? And so Tuesday, I remember calling you, I was like, this is the best class ever! Because they were teaching us how to hold, you know, tie up and
Right.
walk and all these things. And so I was like, oh my God, this is so awesome. I feel like a little girl in class. So Tuesday was great, the second class. Then comes Wednesday, the third day of class. I went to do a front roll that turned into a quarter roll, and there it goes. I re-injured my leg.
Yes.
And it hurt us how it continued, but that was a little frustrating. I think I called you. I think I've called you every time out of class. I give you like a freaking report
You
of
have.
how I'm
It's
doing.
awesome, and it's much appreciated. I love it because I get to live vicariously on this adventure you're going through. So it's pretty
So,
cool.
you know, the third day was like, fuck, there it is again. I'm injured. And so, good thing that I had the rest of the week to heal and stretch and stuff. Um, and then the following week happens. Monday, one of my coaches was like, hey, try to do the quarter roll from your knee. Let's see if you can do it. And I was like, okay, I'll try. Re-injured it for the third time. And this one was the one that said, you're going to be sitting out for a whole week.
Yes.
I couldn't participate. That day was one of those, like, Tuesday, Wednesday, like, I couldn't walk. I had to limp.
Right.
So I sat on my couch and said, well, I can't participate. And I think I told you this. I'm like, what can I do? And you were like, Carm, I think that, you listen to your body, but also, do what you think is best. You didn't even tell me anything. You just said, do what you think is best. I know you were testing me on this. And I decided to go to class and just take notes.
And
I
you did.
said I could easily be home. I don't have to go to class. I can't participate. But something inside me said, I want to go. I want to sit. I want to watch. And I want to take notes. And I did that for a whole week. And I realized that doing that, writing notes down as much as I could and being visual and watching everybody else do it, like, I learned a lot versus me participating. So when I got back into, like, the week after that, when I got back into it, the moves that I couldn't participate in, I picked up fast. That's because I had the notes down. I was studying it.
See, and so let's visit this kind of moment, like this point of time where you went back on Monday and you really, we'll call it, you gave yourself a pretty good, like a major leg injury, a
Yeah, it
major
was definitely,
muscle
yeah.
injury. And so the only reason why I want to bring it up is because of how it quickly turned us both into masters of WebMD and learning sports therapy on the fly.
Oh my God, yes. I
And
was
the
like,
reason,
how do you get this leg fixed now?
yeah, and so I just wanted to visit just the comedy of you and I texting each other messages about, hey, maybe you should try to tape your ankle like this so you don't roll it. And oh, but it also led to some great things. Other than some funny videos that led to some great photos on your Instagram of some like wacky tape up jobs of your ankles and that.
Yeah.
We did stumble upon DDP
Oh
yoga,
my, see, but I'm giving you that credit. That was on you.
which
You said it and you
I
did that.
give I give 50% credit though to Charlie Wu for bringing out the guns
Well,
of
hold
maybe
on,
you're not
yes.
flexible
So,
enough.
time out. Before we continue, we gotta say thank you to Charlie Wu, because Charlie Wu sparked something in me that I told you, and then you sparked it up. Because I remember after class we were talking with Charlie Wu, and he comes up to me. He's like, you know what? Like, I've been through this. I've done this before. And I first started. He's like, but it requires a lot of flexibility. He's like, I recommend you stretching, because if you're too tight, that's how injuries happen as well. And that was like, oh, it was like, oh. And then I remember calling you, and you were like, oh. And so you
Yeah.
started looking. You were like, actually, I think you need to try DDP's yoga. And I was like,
So yeah, so this was the mindset. I went, yeah, aha moment after you told me what Charlie Wu said, and I was like, Duh, that's right. Flexibility. And then immediately I went straight to DDP because I said, who would know probably what's best and what to stretch like
A
than the
wrestler.
pro wrestler for pro wrestling? So I was
Yeah.
like, let's do that simple math. Two and two equals potato. And there we go. I grabbed DDP yoga. And the first day you and I both tried, we were so ridiculous.
Bruh.
So I'll let you go first because the text thread was hilarious.
No, the first time, wait, the first day you tried it, I remember the message you sent me, your voice note. You were like, dude, I'm walking around here in the backyard strutting stuff. I feel like I'm ready to be a freaking model. But you were just like, I was like, oh my God. He's like, yo, he was like, Alex was like, I feel so good. I'm
No
in such
joke.
a good mood. I'm so happy. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
So I went and I did his stretch video. And I remember sending you a voice note after I was like, dude, I feel like I'm 7 feet tall. I'm ready for the runway. Like I can be a model right now. This is
Right? It was
wild.
so ridiculous. It was so ridiculous. For me, it was funny because like it made me give DDP some credit. And I'm not trying to like number one, we're not sponsored. This is just the funny story of DDP yoga and just the first day of us trying it. And yeah, so for me, I was like, I don't know if it was a placebo effect or if he just figured something out, but as a wrestling fan, and the way he does this exercise, it made me literally feel like DDP was personally training me. And I'm gonna say it, his gravelly soft voice is like having grandpa at the fire tell you a nice relaxing story. And by the time you're done listening to him and you're doing the moves, and my favorite is the give me the diamond cutter to the Hulk Hogan. But after your seventh one, it's hard not to feel like a badass and feel kind of pumped up and energized.
Yeah.
So that's why it was hilarious to me because the messages after that led to that was I was like, I don't know if it's a placebo effect. I don't know if he hypnotized me, whatever it is, but I feel like $1 million looked like a case of beer. It was awesome.
Cave of beer. No,
Yeah.
it was great. Like I did the first session and I felt really good and I kept doing it and my leg healed sooner than I thought. And granted, like the bruising of the leg didn't show up till like a week later. But I
Yeah, it was
had a
a
huge bruise. Like it was like someone punched me in mid, in the mid thigh, and I was like, "Where is this coming from?" So my concern was, "Oh shit! I think I either ruptured a muscle, tore something up. Like that could be dangerous. Because if it's too bad, it can lead to I have to go get surgery."
right.
And so I was like, when I continued stretching and stretching and icing and heating it and doing the DDP yoga, like it healed. It's not 100% yet, but I think I'm definitely gonna give it to the DDP yoga and the stretches that he's giving. Like that helped me a lot, and I've become very flexible. In the last 2 weeks of me doing it, that I haven't been flexible in years at all.
Yeah.
And also I've noticed it in my wrestling. So like the first week of wrestling with rolls, my shoulder was killing me. This one, it's obviously I'm new to the rolls, so maybe my body was leaning towards the right more. My shoulder was hurting, but now like rolls don't hurt anything. Like my shoulder's not involved. I feel like I can like be manageable with my body a little bit more. I have a long ways to go with being flexible, but I've seen a change in certain things in wrestling that the first day was just like I need to do something about it. And yes, you have to be flexible. You have to stretch in wrestling. It's that was I think the leg thing from you was a slap in the face of like if you want to do fucking wrestling, you're gonna have to fucking stretch every day, whether you like it or not, because it's gonna eat you up fast.
Yes. A term that you and I both have learned recently. We are building the wrestling callus on your body, which
Yeah.
when you start training, that makes sense after a while.
Oh yeah.
So right now they don't understand that, but other people going through your journey are going to get that. They're going to go, "Oh yeah, wrestling callus." So I think that's kind of cool.
I mean, so far, I've hurt my ankle twice. I can't really move my thumb. I think I have hurt it. I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah.
Uh, I hurt my neck twice. My neck is currently hurt. I hyperextended it. Learning a pin move. My right back, lower back hurts. Pull my groin. My back is fully bruised up, black and purple right now from running the ropes, extremely hard. Oh, it's just
Right.
it's
So, and now here's the kicker. Because on top of all that craziness, even though there was some fun and some bright spots in it, you were dimed out to your dad. You got told on. And that was a whole nother can of
I'll beat
worms
my
that
little brother up. Snitches
right.
is stitches, bruh.
And so number one, wrestling your first day gave you a good gut punch, a good breadbasket blow with the leg injury, rolling into making it worse the next week and grabbing a couple extra bruises and pulls and sprains.
Listen, I don't think anybody thought I was coming back to class Tuesday. I
Right.
really thought people. I think a lot of even the coaches were like,
Well, this is the buildup because, like I said, with all that, the injuries and everything that happened, all that big blow right there, while you're trying to come to terms with that front, here comes the family. Little brother dimed you out. And so let's talk about how you got not only did you get a physical battle, but you also got a good mental battle too, right out the gate.
yeah, my little brother stitched me out and told my dad, and my dad calls me, and goes, "So you're doing wrestling?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Why?" I'm like, "It's just class. It's just class. I just want to wrestle. I just want to. It's a workout class, Dad. No big deal." And so my dad, I remember I went back home last week, and then they were very concerned. I mean, my mom, she's like, whatever you want to do, you do. You're a grown lady. You do what you want.
Yeah.
But my dad's like, you're gonna die, and I'm like, thanks, Dad, for the positivity. As I hurt my leg, and I'm like, so, but they never want me. They never wanted me to do it, and I get it. They're concerned for my health and for my well being and not getting hurt. I'm the baby of the girl, so they're very protective. And again, they never gave me the opportunity to be in sports or do anything like that I'm learning now because they were so afraid of me getting hurt.
Right.
So now I'm pretty much living my childhood now, you know? And so they're concerned. I get it, but also I'm gonna do what I want.
Right. And that wasn't the end of it though, because it was like, because I remember we talked about that while you were home, and you're like, surprisingly, it went fine, but then something else happened.
What
They
happened?
saw the clip of your wrestling,
That
and
was
you
it.
got to.
Yes, yes. So
Yes.
I posted a clip up because I was like, well, our coach Joey Chaos put a video of us learning stuff in the ring, and so I went and we posted it because I'm like, how cool is that? Like I'm on the Santino page and I'm learning moves and I want to do that. I want to put it on my page. My dad goes, hey. And he calls me and goes, be honest. I'm like, are you trying to be a professional wrestler? And I was like, I'm just learning moves. Dad, relax. I'm fine. I have like 8 different coaches. We're fine. We're good. But are you trying to be a professional wrestler? I was like, no, nonchalant. I was like, no, we're good. We're good. Sometimes you just gotta lie.
Well, yeah, just hope he doesn't stumble on this show. So,
Hi, Dad. What's up, Dad? I lie to you, but it is what it is.
right. So now let's go back to because you mentioned the trainer's name, Joey Chaos, and so we see the cool shirt, man. Show him all the shirts, Santino Bros. Let him
Santino!
see the logo. Let's get that logo. 'Cause that
I don't know
logo's
if you
pretty
can see
tough.
it. I gotta
You
get up.
can't. You can't. Oh
Hold
yeah.
on, wait. Ready. Santino!
There you go. There you go. So you're there. How many people did you start with?
I think there was like a good 9 or 10 people. I may be wrong on numbers. I'm not good with math. Come on, man. Put me on the spot.
Okay. All
But,
right. Cool.
but
I
it was
accept
like,
I'm
but it
bad with
was a
time. You
good,
accept you're bad with math.
there was
We're
a
even.
good like 9 or 10 people. I remember, and then I think now there's like 6, 7ish,
You
10
had a
people.
little drop off, a little bit of
Yeah.
drop off. Well,
But I tell you what, I unexpectedly created a friendship there the first day,
yes.
and it was funny because his name, is Alexander. I love him, Alex, for you. Mwah, 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 I love you. But on the first day, he kept. I took pictures all the time, but he kept staring at me. I'm like, is he trying to hit on me? What's going on over here? This is weird. But he just comes over. He goes, "Hi, I'm Alex, and I like you, and we're gonna be friends." And literally, we clicked. He's the best. He's like the bestie bestie. So I have Alex and now two Alex now they're besties.
That's right. We even made the joke that we have to get shirts made like Dr. Seuss's Thing 1 and Thing 2. I say Alex 1 and Alex 2. So we've joked about that. But no, a definite shout out to Alexander, Mr. Alexander on Instagram from Santino's training, man. This kid has got something, and you can
He's
tell when
great.
his clips get posted, you can see that he's got a passion for it. So a quick shout out to that guy. Also, especially for being your battle buddy,
Oh
someone
my
you can train with, and you guys have bonded over the woes and the hard work of pro wrestling. So
we both cried in the ring. He's cried, and I'm like, hey, you don't cry. Let's go. You got this. And then like I'll be crying in the ring, and he's like, you're gonna make me cry. I'm like, no. Tell me not to cry. I don't want to cry.
yeah, but it's important, especially in something that's this. Let's go ahead and say this physically traumatic because you are literally beating yourself every day. So to have somebody as nuts as you willing to go through the same punishment, I think you wouldn't survive without a support system like
Well,
that. Not
like
you,
I
but I
told
mean
you,
anybody.
like I told you in the first episode, I knew that one of the battles that I had to go through wasn't gonna be physical. Obviously, it is hard physically. It's gonna be a mental thing
Yes.
because like there was a moment about a week ago where we learned our no, it was this week. We learned our bumps, our back bumps, standing, and I had a shutdown in the middle of the ring to the where I froze. My brain was like, "You're not doing this," and it got to a point where I couldn't move, and I started crying because it's that fear, right?
Right.
And it's also the fear of your body going, "I'm trying to protect you, bro. Like you can get hurt," but also the fear of like the insecurities and not having the confidence. So you have, I had to be careful of like what's going on. But I know Alex was there and he was like, "You got this, Carm. You can do it." I'm sitting here with a helmet on. I'm like, my coaches were like, "You got this," and I was like, ah. And then I did
Yeah.
it, and I did it great, and that was it.
There
But
you go.
it's for me, it's going to be a mental thing because I don't have the confidence in me yet with my body. I don't
Right.
know I thought I knew my body, but you don't know your body until you get into wrestling. Like what can you do? What can't you do? What you're really good at, what you're not good at. You know? Can you control your body? And I'm learning that now. So mentally it's gonna be harder for me than physically.
And you know what? And I think that was like a really great answer to that because you're your own worst critic. That's what everybody is. So I'm going to do what everybody needs to do. And there are clips of you on the Santino's Instagram of you training, and you're doing it, and you can tell that you're putting everything into it. So it's easy to see how passionate you are because you can tell how hard you're trying in that room, and a lot of it because of that makes it look amazing. You've got it down, and so I bring that up because one, you need to know you're doing a great job, and you're not going to tell yourself that. So there's your great job, man. You're kicking butt in there, and I couldn't be prouder. And I think the people listening and watching couldn't be prouder of you so far accomplishing your first goal. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank
let's
you.
be yeah.
Uh,
So
well, even I'm learning that I'm a tough cookie. I'm learning through wrestling class that I'm a tough cookie. I went to Tuesday's class with an hour sleep in me, and I don't know how I did the conditioning part,
bro,
but I did it, and I think I almost died 4 times.
right. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw context on that too for the people. No, you not on just like an hour street. No, off of being stranded in a airport for what was it, 10, 14 hours, something like that.
Like 15 hours.
15 hours of starting in the middle of the night, no access to a meal, like just stuck in the airport, you and the Wonder Pup, then getting out here, landing, doing a full work day at your human responsibility, then bounce straight into wrestling practice, gashed yourself out. And yeah, so it wasn't just me that noticed it. A lot of people noticed that because after that, you started getting some amazing treatment.
Well, that's the one thing that I have to say that I definitely want to say about Santino's and the coaches is that they care. if they see that you are putting in the work and that you're trying your best, they're going to do their best to help you as much as they can, and whatever you need, they're there. Um, if they know you're bullshitting, they're gonna call you out. It's just how it is. But
Right.
I've been very fortunate that, even with the injury that I've had, they understood. I'm like, okay, she's got to do things. She's got to work around this role that she can't learn yet. So I've been able to learn things around it without having to hurt myself again, with the role. So I'm very grateful for the coaches there. Coach Slice Boogie, Coach Primo, Coach Eli, who's the lead coach, and he's fucking awesome. Coach Alonzo, Coach Chaos. Like, they pushed me. Coach Pinky is another one, who gave me the note of running back and forth in the ring, because I was gassing out quick. And he came up to me. He's like, Carm. He's like, breathe in as you're running towards the ropes, and breathe out as you hit the ropes. And that has changed dramatically for me, how long I can last in the ropes and hitting them hard. And from day one till now, like, running the ropes for me is getting better. And Pinky's always coming up to me and goes, Carm, you can do this. It's like, if you believe in yourself, I'm gonna believe in you. And I love that push. I love that. So Santino's for me. If you want, I'm telling you right now, anyone out there watching, if you're interested in wrestling, Santino is the place to go. They even give you homework, man. Like, I'm learning homework. Like, I love that shit. Like, I do my homework. It's like going to school again. Like, I'll call you. I'm like, yo, what is the answer to this one? Because I can't find this answer.
Right.
I'm learning words that I've never heard of in wrestling, and I've been a wrestling fan since I was 5. But there's things that you just don't know, that people in the business know, that people outside the business won't know, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Watching matches and learning what structure, what they're doing, and what's going on in every section of the match. Like, no one does that. That's awesome.
Yeah, no. And so right there, that worked. Best commercial for Santinos ever, right there. She couldn't certify that stuff, dude. No,
Yeah.
and and like I said, we're not sponsored by any of these people. We're just talking about the experience we're having while dealing with these people and their various businesses and involvement.
Yeah.
And yeah, right now, in my opinion, like, Santino's is an amazing spot.
Yeah.
Like you said, I hear it. They're the greatest collection of your tough uncle who gives you love, but you know they love you no matter what.
Dude,
It's pretty badass.
I went into hard mode immediately, but I don't regret it one day. They are good for a reason, and
Yes.
they're gonna push you, because they want good. And if they see it, if they see that you want it, and you're communicating with them what's happening, what's going on, like, they'll work with you. It's the ones that don't communicate, it's the ones that don't show up, it's the one that, it's just, they're like that. They're gonna direct their attention to those who really want it.
Just like how it should be.
Yeah,
The hungriest get the meal.
yeah,
And by golly, you guys go and hit up Santino Bros on Instagram, and
yes,
you
follow
will
them.
see the hungry Carmireli running ropes and taking bumps and doing her best to do a quarter roll in some of them clips up there. And it's amazing. Treat yourself to that and follow them and support them. But
You gotta see
um,
them live, man. I saw the first. I did the first live show with them, was like 3 weeks ago. Oh my
right,
god, it's
which that's what I was going to go into
and their
next.
next show is Wednesday. This Wednesday, the 22nd. It's an all woman show. It's in Azusa. If you guys are free, man, come down. I'll be there.
Right,
They're all gonna be there. It's gonna be great.
which is awesome because I'm going to be down there. I'm coming down there in a different capacity. I get to come down there. We're hanging out with one of the talents, Savannah Stone.
Yes.
I'm excited to be there because I get to see part 2 of a match I did the videography on with Savannah
Yeah.
Stone and Lois. So I can't wait to see part 2 to that, and then just to hang out with my wrestling bestie here too, Carmireli, and get to see Alex,
Yes. You get to see
my
Alex.
my twin brother from another mother. So yeah, that's going to be going on too. So also that's going to be, I think, streamed online for those who can't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
So
So, but
check,
just follow Santino. Follow
yeah,
Santino Bros.
follow Santino's. But yeah, so and you can go on there and you'll probably see the big headed redhead, the oversized long haired Sasquatch, and that in the crowd being loud. So
That's right.
that's right. So as we draw close to the end of this, what is the next goal for you? Like, because
Woo.
number one, because when do we want to check in? When do we want to let them know? When do we want to give these guys
I
an
would
update
say in
again?
another 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks.
All right, so in
My
3 to 4 weeks.
my goal is to make it to the second month of wrestling, step by step. My other major goal is to land the fucking quarter roll right and be able to do quarter rolls this month in 7 days. And you'd be surprised how quarter rolls are in everything in wrestling.
And I understand because we have had conversations about this quarter roll. I have heard you curse it to hell. I have heard you wish the worst
Right,
things
it's my
on its
worst enemy.
mother. Yeah, man, that is your bane to Batman. It's pretty fun to see this battle and this struggle you're having with it. But I know you will conquer it because if you go and see her determination and tenacity on those clips, it's written all over your face. So I think next month we will hear that you conquered that, amongst other things. So there you have it, folks. This is episode 2. You got all of Camarelli's wonderful details that are in our notes. You can find her on Instagram at
Wait, Carmireli. There you go. Instagram.
and YouTube,
Carmireli official.
TikTok,
Carmireli official.
and I think that's the ones you got.
That's it.
There you go. Follow us at Far From Home Show on YouTube, Slam Bro Alex on Instagram, Slam Bro Alex on TikTok, and support local independent wrestling. Support wrestling. Support your wrestling people. And again, Carmireli, thank you for giving us a window and an opportunity to hear what it's like to be fresh, new, no training, learning how to be a pro wrestler.
Thank you. I just gotta say one thing though. Anybody who comes up to me and tells me wrestling's fake, I'ma slap the shit out of them. I said what I said.
That's it. And I'll back that up because I'm still healing from Savannah Stone. So, all right, everybody. Bye.